is this beautiful design featuring leaves that are attached to one another. You create the leaves separately and then you join them together with surface crochet. On this video, I'll teach you how to do the leaf trail edge. I'll be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 4. This is the very last video of the challenge, you guys. I have put out 500 other tutorials. I just wanted to leave this on here because it's a huge milestone. I started this in January 1st, 2024. So if you're watching this, this has been a very, very long journey. As much as I wanted to end with a crazy design, I've done so many that this is the last one that was left. So I hope you like it. All right, so for this design, you're gonna start with a slip knot, and now we're gonna create a base chain. For it, you want 11 chains. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is gonna be like the length of the leaf. Now we're gonna begin row 1. For that, you wanna skip 2 chains, which will count as the first single crochet, and then into the next, you wanna do a single crochet. So technically that first row that you skipped is the top of the first stitch, the first single crochet. Now this will be the second, the one that you just made. And then continue doing 1 single crochet into each chain all the way to the end. Okay, this is the second to last chain here. And now what we're gonna do into the very last chain, you actually wanna do 3 single crochets into that one. So into the last chain, work 3 single crochets. That's 2 and that's 3. So that's the third one into the last chain. Now we're gonna work along the back side of the chain, of the foundation chain. We're gonna be working, let me just grab my needle here because it's a bit easier to show. You're gonna be going through the back of the chain, which is, this is where you did the 3 into the same one. So you're not working into that one. You're gonna go into the next one, which is this like horizontal line. This is the back of the chain. This is the next one. This is the next one. So we're going through these to create single crochets as well. So let me just bring myself back there. So we're doing 1 single crochet into the back of the chain. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here is the chain the chain 2 that counted as a single crochet. That's the last one we're going to go into. So you go into the chain with a single crochet. This here is the end of row 1. Now we're going to begin row 2. For that, you're going to chain 1 and flip your work. Now we're going to be skipping the first stitch. Actually, no, we're going to do a single crochet into there as well. This chain 1 does not count as anything. You're going to go into the first stitch with a single crochet. I find they're just easier to spot. So now we're going to do 1 single crochet into each stitch up until the middle single crochet. That's going to be the second one of the 3 that you did here when you were turning. But I'll just show you. This is my second single crochet, third, fourth, fifth, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now here I have the 3 coming up. Let me just flip this to double check. Yeah, I got the 3 coming up here. So right now you have 9 single crochets. You'll do your 10th. So do the next one. And now we're at the middle point. So into the next stitch, you want to do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're just going to do a single crochet into each stitch until the last 3 stitches. So let me just do that. We're doing 1 single crochet until you have 3 left, and that's where you're going to stop. Just continue going here. And so here I have 4 stitches left, meaning I just have to do 1 more. I want to make sure I leave 3 unworked. So that's that. Now this here is the end of row 2. We're going to work row 3 to 6 just like row 2. You're going to begin with a chain 1, which doesn't count as anything. Flip your work. We'll do a single crochet into each of the stitches up until you get to the 3rd stitch here, which is the center point. Into that one, you're going to do 3 single crochets. And then you'll keep working this side, 1 single crochet per stitch until you have 3. Then you're going to just leave those alone. And then repeat that back and forth until you have a total of 6 rows. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll see you when I'm done my 6th row. Okay, I just finished my 6th row here. And you'll have kind of like 3 levels here. So 1, 2, and 3. And so now you can go ahead and just fasten this off. Go ahead and cut it. Thread your ends through. And then I'll show you how to join the motifs. We're going to join them with what's called surface crochet. But for now, I'm just going to make, let me see, I'm going to make 2 more of these. And then I can show you how to join them together. Okay, I have my 3 leaves here. We're going to connect them with surface crochet, and you may already be familiar with that. We're going to place them all facing the same way, and I'm going to create a set of chains that's going to go through the middle and connect them together. So for that, we're going to create a slip knot. For this, by the way, you can use a bit of a darker shade or a different color altogether, but I'm going to use the same. It's just going to look a little bit more organic. But if you're wanting kind of like more depth, you could use a darker green, for example. So we're going to insert our hook into the 3rd single crochet of one of the leaves, the back of it, kind of just like the center stitch. We're going to grab our yarn and pull it through. From here, we chain 1. Now we're going to be working through the middle of the leaf, through the center, and you can see the little holes where the single crochets have gone into in every row. That's where I'm going to be going through right now. So I'm going to insert my hook into that first little hole, grab the yarn, pull it through, and create a slip stitch. I'm going to go into the next one, grab the yarn, pull it through, slip stitch. The next one, grab the yarn and pull it through. And you can kind of start seeing this line of chains that's going to give you that kind of like center, I don't know what it's called, like a fiber or like the little line in the middle of a leaf. That's what this is going to do. And now into the next one, slip stitch. And this is what we want to do all the way to the end. We're going to have to find different spots here for where the single crochets go into the foundation chain, but we are almost there for that. Here is the next row. And so now I've arrived to the foundation chain, but you can see that kind of middle line where the stitches have been worked on either side. That's where I'm going to be going into. So it's going to be this spot right here. Grab the yarn and then just slip stitch. Next spot. Next one. Just continue to do this through the center, and you'll see how that, line continues to grow. So that's quite simple. It's just slip stitches through the center. Once you do several of them, you get a bit more of the hang of it. And then when we get to the very edge, we're just going to go into the top of the leaf to do our final one. And now we want to connect the next leaf. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab, it's got to be this way. I'm going to go into the center stitch of the next leaf, like that. I have to have it behind the yarn. So making sure the yarn's behind it, grabbing it, and then doing a slip stitch there. That's what's going to keep the leaves together, but also making sure it's at the right height for each leaf. So then we go ahead and repeat what we just did with this first leaf. We'll just go into the little holes where the 3 single crochets went into in all the rows. And then you're going to go through the little hole of the foundation chain, which is where you worked in either side of the chain. And it's these ones here. You're just going to repeat that over and over for however many motifs you have of the leaves. And then when you're all done, you can incorporate it to your designs. You could also consider doing this surface crochet into the work itself. So if you're trying to attach this to any fabric, then you would go, rather than just pulling through to the leaf itself, you would take a step further and then insert your hook into the fabric that you're trying to attach this to and pulling through both. That's another way to connect this. I'm just going to keep going with the sleeve, and then I will show you what my little sample looks like. Here we have it. This is super cute. I need to be making more stuff with surface crochet because I like that little detail that it adds to it. It looks very clean. So you can incorporate this on any design, like add it to anything really. Wearable, add it to the edge of a big piece of fabric like table runner, curtain, anything like that to just add a beautiful element. Or if you're making something that's kind of like garden inspired, this is a really beautiful detail to be added. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.